Hello, everyone. I'm Benji, and welcome to today's episode of Language Spark. Have you ever started learning English with great excitement, only to find your enthusiasm fading over time? Maybe you wondered, how can I make English fun and keep myself motivated every day? You're in the right place. In this podcast, we'll talk about how to discover the fun in English, make it part of your daily life, learn through play, and keep your motivation high even when you hit a plateau. That's a period where progress seems to stall. I'll share my own story and lots of practical tips. Think of this as a friendly chat, with a bit of humor, about falling in love again with English. Let's dive in. When I first started learning English, I was a typical beginner, nervous, eager, and very impatient. I remember sitting in a classroom in São Paulo with my dictionary, the heavy kind with gold letters on the cover. I would flip through it, looking at complicated words like ubiquitous, which means found everywhere, and phenomenon, which means an observable event. Honestly, it felt like my brain was reading a physics textbook instead of something fun. I wanted to run and play video games instead of memorizing grammar rules. In fact, I started learning English because I loved movies and video games, not grammar. One day I decided enough was enough. I asked myself, what do I actually enjoy? I realized I liked rock music, silly cartoons, and telling jokes. So I began sprinkling English into those. I listened to songs by Queen and ABBA, belting out Bohemian Rhapsody with my guitar in the middle of the night. I watched The Simpsons and laughed at the jokes, even if I only understood half. And I played video games in English, reading the instructions instead of the Portuguese ones. Suddenly, learning English felt less like a chore and more like having extra fun. This made me curious. How could I keep that spark alive? Experts say using your own interests is key to intrinsic motivation, enjoying the process for its own sake. I'll come back to that idea. If you make learning enjoyable, it sticks better. So here's the first big idea. Connect English to your world. What do you love? Music, movies, sports, cooking. We'll explore that. But first, let me share what I discovered about keeping motivation high. Discovering what makes English enjoyable. Many learners hit a dull spot because their study feels too rigid or boring. But what if studying English felt more like a hobby or a game? For me, the magic was in mixing English with pop culture. Music is a fantastic tool. Research suggests that listening to music while studying can boost your mood. A happy tune can energize you, and a calm melody can help you relax. I tried it. I made a playlist of my favorite English songs and listened while reading subtitles, singing along. Don't worry if you only catch a few words. Even partial understanding can help you pick up pronunciation and rhythm. Pro tip: singing helps your mouth get used to new sounds. Imagine chilling on your couch with headphones on, rocking out to an English song. That's exactly what English learning can be, fun and lively. As one study notes, singing English songs is a great way to practice speaking and intonation. Plus, you can have fun singing songs that you already know. Maybe you're the next karaoke star of your friend group. Next time your favorite song pops up, try turning on English lyrics or looking them up. It won't feel like studying at all. You're just enjoying music. Another personal example, I played Scrabble with my family. It was hilarious how I struggled to remember basic words under pressure. But guess what? I got better, and it didn't feel like a boring vocabulary drill. As one source put it, Scrabble is a classic board game that is a fantastic way to strengthen your English vocabulary. Board games and word puzzles train your brain in disguise. Even mobile apps or online games with words can count. So if you like games, make that Scrabble board or try a word search app. You're playing, but you're practicing English. So far, we have music, movies, games, pop culture, and entertainment that sneak English into fun activities. Let's list a few more ways to discover joy in English. Follow English pop culture. Watch movies, TV shows, or YouTube channels you already enjoy, but in English. Read news or articles about your hobbies in English. If you're into soccer, read soccer news. If you love cooking, follow an English cookbook blog. Laugh with idioms and jokes. Look up simple joke books or websites. Laughter helps you remember. You'll learn idioms and slang, which makes you sound more natural. Remember, idioms are like inside jokes in language. Listen to podcasts or radio. Yes, like this one. Try easy podcasts. There are many Learn English podcasts for beginners while commuting or cleaning. Hearing real conversation builds an intuitive feel for English. Read fun stuff. It could be comic books, children's books, or blogs like travel or fashion blogs in English. Your eyes will pick up sentence patterns naturally. Everyone's interests are unique, so experiment. The key is, if you enjoy the content, you'll naturally absorb language. English will become not just a subject to study, but a tool to enhance your hobbies. Making English part of daily life. Learning is a marathon, not a sprint. One of the secrets to long-term engagement is weaving English into everyday routines. Instead of blocking 1 hour to study English, sprinkle English activities throughout your day, turning your life into an informal English environment. For instance, I labeled items in my room with sticky notes like door, window, notebook, etc. in English, almost like I was decorating with words. Every time I picked up my dictionary to look up a word, it felt cool. That's me in my school uniform back in the day deciphering Compact Oxford English Dictionary on the cover. This visual labeling is like playing a word hunt treasure game all day. Change your phone or computer settings to English. It's a simple hack. I did that and had to tell my friend, "Oops, I actually don't know what this error message means." It made me laugh and learn at the same time. Now, even mundane things like ordering food can be English practice. Next time you order coffee, try switching the language of the app to English and read the menu there. A fun tip I learned: study in different places. I used to always study at my desk, but I tried moving to a park bench or a cafe. It surprised me how this little change helped. According to researchers, a change of scenery not only lifts your mood, but has been shown to improve your memory of the material. One article notes that a change of scenery not only lifts your mood, but has been shown to improve your memory because your brain associates the lesson with the new place. So by studying outside on a bench or at a library, you make a scene, pun intended, for learning. It's like giving your brain fresh surroundings to link with new words. Other daily life ideas. Speak a little English every day. Even if you just practice greetings or small talk with friends or family members, do it. I had a buddy who could only say hello and goodbye in English. We practiced a tiny dialogue. We'd throw random English phrases in normal conversation. It felt silly, but also empowering. Think in English occasionally. When you see an object or do something familiar, say it to yourself in English. For example, while brushing your teeth, think brush and toothbrush. This builds those mental connections. Consume English media daily. Spend 10 minutes watching a short cartoon or listening to a news jingle in English. It doesn't feel like a test. One effective habit is listening to an English song while taking a shower or cooking. Use your phone's idle time. Instead of doom scrolling, open an English word app for 5 minutes. Every small action adds up. The more English surrounds you, the more normal it feels. You're training your brain to switch into English mode without even realizing it. This is known as an immersive environment, and experts say immersion is a powerful driver of success. Think of it as sneaking language learning into your life, rather than forcing long study sessions. Learning through play and creativity. Here's a crucial myth we need to bust. Play is not just for kids. Fun, creative activities help learners of all ages, even adults. Remember how, as a kid, I could get endless joy from playing video games or goofing around? That feeling isn't gone as we grow up. It just changes form. Play can mean games, projects, silly challenges, anything that makes learning feel less rigid. The research agrees. At its core, play is a joyful and meaningful experience that stays with us even as we grow. So let's play with English. I started by treating learning like a playful experiment. For example, I wrote a short story about a pirate searching for a hidden English treasure, complete with silly dialogues. I know it sounds odd, but creating my own mini-novels in English, even one sentence at a time, was surprisingly fun. Other times, I filmed myself asking a funny question in English and watching it on replay, like a vlog practice. Yes, I felt goofy doing that, but I learned to pronounce better. Imagine taking a game outdoors. That's exactly what I did once. I sat on a park bench with my laptop and pretended I was at a cool cafe in London. I played an online English treasure hunt game, giving myself points for every word I recognized. It felt more like an adventure than sitting at home with textbooks. One expert even points out that play is a powerful mechanism for supporting the development of a wide range of skills in learners of all ages. So yes, adults can and should make space for playful learning. How can you make study feel like play? Here are a few ideas. Turn drills into games. If you have flashcards, play memory match with them. Time yourself to see how fast you can recall words. Earn rewards, maybe a piece of chocolate or a break, when you beat your own record. Use stories and role play. Pretend you're a traveler ordering at a restaurant in London. Act it out in English with a friend. You can be the waiter and your friend be the customer, switching roles. Make it silly. This role play feels like theater and helps vocabulary stick. DIY projects. Create your own mini projects. For example, make a comic strip in English, write a poem, or even rap lyrics using new words. Draw a picture and caption it in English. These creative tasks let you playfully experiment with language. Use humor. Write a joke or a pun in English. It's a bit challenging but fun. Reading or writing limericks or funny sentences engages language parts you don't use in dry study. Learn slang and idioms through fun. Slang is often where native speakers have the most fun. Learn common slang like awesome, cool, hang out, and try using them in casual chat. The Fluent U blog highlights that learning slang makes you sound more like a native and adds personality. The point is, when you enjoy the activity, the language seeps in naturally. It feels less like studying and more like a hobby or hobbyized study. This mindset shift is powerful. You'll find yourself spending time on English because you want to, not because you have to. Staying motivated and overcoming plateaus. Let's be real. Even with all the fun in the world, motivation will dip sometimes. You might hit a plateau where progress slows down, or you just feel bored with whatever you're doing. This happens to everyone, even me. One day I hit a wall. I wasn't improving as fast as I had hoped. I felt frustrated, asking myself, why am I not better already? That's when I learned two things. First, a small lull is normal. In fact, research on intrinsic motivation, learning for its own enjoyment, shows that intrinsically motivated learners often achieve greater fluency than those who just study for external reasons. This means focusing on fun and interest pays off in the long run. So if motivation dips, it might simply mean it's time to try something new or remind yourself why you love the language. Second, experts advise setting realistic, achievable goals and celebrating small wins. When I was stuck, I gave myself mini goals, like learning 5 new words a day or watching 1 new English video. I tracked them on a habit app, and every tiny check mark felt satisfying. The Analytics blog suggests exactly that, breaking learning into manageable chunks and finding ways to make it engaging. For example, instead of learn grammar, aim for learn and use the phrase, "How are you today?" Small triumphs help. It also helped me to look back and see how far I had come. One article wisely notes that overcoming a plateau isn't just about pushing forward, but also about appreciating how far you've already come. It's easy to forget that you once couldn't say hello at all, and now you can have a full conversation. Remember those first days listening to English and feeling lost? Contrast that with now when you maybe understand a whole song. That's progress. When I felt bored, I reminded myself of past goals I met, like finally finishing a comic book in English or surviving a chat with a tourist. Celebrating that progress, even silently, reignited my motivation. A few more motivational strategies. Change up activities. If flashcards bore you, switch to a video game, or vice versa. Variety is crucial. According to teaching experts, changing activities, like having students bring their own topics or games, keeps things fresh. Apply this. Choose topics you love as often as possible. Buddy system. Find a learning partner or community. Even if you're a beginner, practice speaking a little with a friend or an online partner. When your friend tries something new, you cheer each other on. Feeling part of a group, even an online one, creates positive energy. Reward yourself. After a study session or a milestone, like learning 50 new words, treat yourself. It could be a dessert, a break to watch Netflix, or time playing a favorite game. Pairing rewards with learning helps your brain think, "Hey, learning is good." Visualize the future you. Keep in mind why you started. I used to imagine attending a concert and understanding the lyrics fully, or traveling and chatting freely. This kept the flame alive. Stephen Krashen, a famous language researcher, said, "The best way to learn a language is to be exposed to it in a meaningful way and to be motivated to learn it." Remember that meaning. Each new song you learn, movie scene you understand, it's exposure and motivation in action. If boredom strikes, ask yourself, what makes it feel like a chore? If it's one single method, just rotate to another. If it's fatigue, maybe take a short break. The brain needs rest too. Above all, be kind to yourself. Learning a language is a big challenge. Even polyglots hit plateaus. Keep that childlike curiosity. Think of English as a new playground of words and ideas. Gentle encouragement and rhetorical questions. Before we wrap up, let's reflect with a few questions. Think of them as friendly nudges. What English word made you smile recently? Have you tried telling a joke in English? Even if it flops, you'll learn why it wasn't funny to native ears. Can you find a favorite recipe or how-to video in English and cook or craft along with the instructions? Learning English is like a garden. It needs watering, practice, sunshine, exposure, and weeding, fixing mistakes. But it can bloom beautiful flowers of confidence and connection. Remember, making mistakes is not a failure. It's proof you're trying. Imagine each mistake as a stepping stone. Every time you slip up, you learn one step forward. You might ask, "Benji, how will I know if these fun methods actually help?" Well, observe your own progress. Maybe you laughed at an English meme and understood it. Maybe you sang a song and got a compliment on your pronunciation. Or perhaps someone noticed your English got better. These little signs mean the fun activities are working. Keep collecting them. And here's a final thought. Curiosity is your fuel. Stay curious about English. Like a detective, ask, why is this word used here? Or what does that slang mean? Every time you satisfy a small curiosity, you grow your knowledge and confidence. You've taken a fantastic step by listening to this episode. Learning a language is a journey, and it's sometimes winding and long, but it's also filled with funny, surprising, and rewarding moments. Trust yourself. Enjoy the process. Turn study into play. Chase the things that interest you and embrace every bit of progress. As you move forward, remember you're not alone. Countless learners are in the same boat, finding what works for them. Keep your spirits high, and maybe hum a little tune or pop some popcorn next time you study. Thank you for joining me on Language Spark. I hope you feel inspired to make English a joyful part of your everyday life. I'll see you next time, and until then, keep playing with English, stay curious, and have fun.